So next on the Elizabeth and James Nirvana list is Elizabeth and James Nirvana Rose. This is geranium, rose de mai, and vetiver, and this is a dark rose. Now, I would not at all describe this as syrupy. It's definitely not syrupy sweet. It does have a sweetness. It's not sharp, but it's a dark style rose. It is this colour is probably quite a good representation, to be honest, of the kind of smell. I can't really think of much that I can compare this to myself. It gets compared to Stella, the rose perfume made by Stella McCartney, but I've never managed to actually smell that perfume because it was discontinued and you just can't really get it in the UK at all anymore from anywhere unless you're going to pay extortionate prices on eBay. But it's like an evening rose, if that makes any sense. It's very hard. There must be something about the geranium mixing with the rose and the vetiver that's kind of creating this unusual rose smell, because there's part of me that's saying, oh, this is quite old-fashioned, and then there's another part of me that's going, no, you haven't really smelt an old rose perfume that smells like this before. But it's an interesting combination. It's not something that I particularly liked on my skin, and it's definitely not something that I would want to buy, but that is partly just because I'm a bit fussy about rose perfumes, and I often don't like rose perfumes. But I do think if you are someone who likes rose perfumes, this is interesting, and I think the chances are you would be really into it. I think this is like quite a straightforward, not too overpowering, but also quite sultry, deep rose smell, if that makes sense. It's not like cloyingly sweet by any means. It doesn't have that kind of, frankly, often foul sweet vanilla that ruins a lot of kind of the darker rose perfumes. This is still bright. It's still kind of natural and fresh smelling, but it just doesn't smell like a kind of like a light pink rose, you know. It doesn't smell like a white rose. It smells dark. So yeah, this one's actually really interesting. Again, I don't want a full bottle of this, but I can totally think that anyone who likes rose perfumes and maybe doesn't want to have one that's like cloyingly sweet, you know, who enjoys just like an actual rose perfume, this is really quite interesting to my nose. I think this is pretty special.